Hi, back to this moment here and now. And if you are really in this moment, it is present is always liberating. It is always opening our vision, expanding our consciousness, because our consciousness is limited to the body, to the mind. This is who I am. And that identification and that creates boundaries around this opening, this harmony, and there is boundary, and you create this boundary, and around you is like a box around your body, the layers of mind around your body, and these layers are sometimes it becomes so rigid that you feel tight, your body feels tight, you feel tight, and you can't breathe fully, the energy is not flowing easily. Yeah. So when I am in the present, so right now I am outside in nature, so it really helps me. It is a good condition. But you may be in your marketplace or in your job, then also when we are totally in the present without carrying any past, then that boundary around us, that box, we release that, we break that. Then openness. This moment is liberation, this moment is freedom. And it is not that you have to wait for years to feel this opening, to do something, to achieve something. It is in the sometimes afterward you will get it. It is right here and now in this very moment. Just see that, am I here really? Am I sensing? I'm here in the nature, so I'm asking myself. It is practicing for myself means my real self that is beyond the mental self. Am I feeling this moment? To feel this moment, I have to be free from past, and I have to be free from identification. Me as a human, I am human, but I am being consciousness. And that consciousness is free from any limitation, any identification. The consciousness is one consciousness. Like this space is one. We cannot say anything about space. It is, and there is no boundary for space. It is everywhere. It is inside our body. It is outside. It is space, and in space, things manifest, comes and disappears. In consciousness, we perceive, experience this world, and even the mind and body we perceive from consciousness, and you are consciousness. So space is nothing, means we cannot say this is space where it is, because it is not a any object, any a fixed thing we can indicate, okay, this is, it is space. It is everywhere, and it is not there also practically. Physically, it is not present, but it is there everywhere and vast and unlimited. consciousness is also free from this physical world, and yeah, we experience things because we are conscious, but this consciousness is like space. It is nothing, means we cannot indicate a finger, okay, this is consciousness. And in this practical world we want everything to be fixed, means this is it, I know this is consciousness. But you are consciousness, and you can't put fingers to consciousness because you are it. Consciousness is ultimate subject. And when we operate from consciousness, from the deeper self, then we are not attached to the past. We move from moment to moment like a river. Means we keeps on flowing. And this is morning time, beautiful nature, spaciousness. This, you can see this nothingness, sky, spaciousness. So I am consciousness and I become spaciousness because I'm watching sky. So I am sky. And I'm not carrying past that has been lived, means yesterday is gone. So today and this moment, I am this open sky. I am this vastness, this unlimited, no boundary, this expansion, this nothingness, this freedom. Even if you are in your kitchen, means you are not outside in nature. It is, of course, it is kind of ideal situation, but the consciousness is not born. It is not kind of limited, or there is no bondage that you have to be in open nature, then only you can feel it, this opening. You, even if you are in your kitchen and if you are cooking for your family or for yourself, or just in that process, if you are completely free from past and in the process making food, a simple food, but with awareness, with totality, the freedom is at that moment also. There is no criteria that you have to do this, you have to meditate like this, or you have to be in nature. Of course, here nature is, so I'm using it, expanding. When I see the sky, I am sky. I am sky means, where is the body then? The body is, of course, the body is part of this present, this whole, but it is one part of whole, one small part of this universe. And but we get identified with it as a subject. Okay, I am watching sky. I am subject, and this sky is object. That is duality. So we have to break that duality. No, this whole is one, and this is, there is no subject and object. The subject is merged in the process, in this visioning sky, and like a drop of ocean merges into the ocean and become whole, become ocean itself. There is no more small tiny drop, it remains, it becomes ocean. So I becomes this whole. I am no more as a human. Where is this human gone? This human is here, and it is part of this whole, part of this tuning, this harmony. All is beautiful. And for to observe, to listen to silence, we have to be silence. We have to be alert, and then we are watchful and alert, then we are perceiving, we are experiencing. So in space it's like nothingness, then it is silence, then enjoy means be with it. So for to be with silence, to perceive silence, we have to be silent. And when I am trying to perceive silent, I am silent, I am peace. And in doing that, in that process, I become free from past. I have to be free from past to pursue present, and especially if it is silent, peaceful present, nothingness, means nothing is happening, and you are experiencing that silent, then who can experience silent outside? The silent inside. That is who we are. In our essence, that is who we are, silent. It is liberating. It is opening. Else we feel burdened. We feel when we become individual, when we become somebody, then we are something. I am something. Then I'm not in tune with everything. The truth is, I am everything. And this something, this body and this image, this mental thing, it is part of this everything. So I have to love my body and experience and nourish with good foods, exercise, and all. That is beautiful. I have to take care of my house. All beautiful. But identification is a bondage, is an illusion because it is not going to happen. Miss, we have to leave our house, our place, our body. We have to leave one day. And if there is some wear and tear, it will gonna happen because it is a form. And if we are too much identified, then it creates stress, pain, suffering. And when we jump, when we step out from that something to the present, right now I'm here, I'm completely here in the present, total present. So much present that I become present. Whatever I'm doing or watching or experiencing, I become that process. I become the present. The I get merged in that present. The drop get merged into the ocean. This is expanding our consciousness, expanding, opening channels, opening the boundary, and let the whole operate, let the whole enriches your body, nourish yourself, that is your body and mind. we are holding back. Just open up. Create space by being here and now in the present. Don't be as a human, be as a being also. Being beyond body, beyond the mental image, the stories, and being here in the present. The being is always, it is present and it is not present. The being is present and it is practically, it is not present. It is not a form. Miss, I cannot show you. This is being, this is who I am, and this is who you are. Because if I show you this is it, then the, I am showing this, so this become illusion. I am like a director of a movie. Miss, normally we don't see him or her in movie. It is always behind. So this soul, this consciousness, it is not a form. The director is, of course, it is a form, but this is ultimate subject. It is not a form. It is always behind. It is who you are. It is always perceiving, experiencing, and it is not changing. Everything is changing. Whatever you perceive as an object, as an experience, the experience keeps on changing. Even the present is keeps on unfolding, keeps on unchanging. But the watcher inside, the real, the being, the who you are, the experiencer is same when you were 5 year old, 10 year old, or 20, or right now maybe 50 or 70. The experiencer, the being is same. It is not 70. The being is not even 5 year old. I'm talking about body. The being is ageless. It is beyond age. It is not a form. So how can we fix it into some system, some age? It is ageless. It is not like a child also, nor it is like an old person also. It is, it has both. So when you operate from your being, from your source, you become like a child. It has childhood in it, and you become like child, dancing and laughing, and it has wisdom of old also, peaceful and serene and knowledgeable. You are both. You are everything, the source, and of course you are young also, and brave and creative, of course. So when you operate from soul, from your being, not from your mind, from your being, of course you use your mind when it is necessary. You use your mind, and when you use your soul, that is, you operate from your being. Then your life is like, it has the joy of the freedom of children, like a children's means free flowing energy, purity, and wisdom of old, and it is brave also, enthusiastic, like a young person. You may be 70-year-old, but if you operate from your soul, from your being, you will experience like a child also, young also, and wise person also. And even if you are young, very young, You will feel that you have some wisdom, and you are surpassing the so-called old people also, which are in their mind. It is the body is just the illusion. To identify it with the body, it is keeps on changing, and to identify it with the body is the illusion. You are beyond your body. This body and anybody is any form, any structure. I am minister, I am this and that outside, but yeah, for the time being, you use it and beautifully use it and enjoy it. But if you get attached to it, then one day that will change. You will have to leave it, or that will be not forever, and that creates pain, then suffering, attachment. Then the forms changes, then it feels, oh my God, what is happening? I have to hold it. I have to. So that box, that identity become our prison. And even we don't want to get out of that prison, we decorate that prison. And even if it is, we get the chance to get out of the prison, we get so identified, we love the prison. It may be not comfortable, or it may be comfortable. If it is comfortable, of course you don't want to lose it, because that's the thing we know. And if it is uncomfortable also, then also you don't want to lose it, because that's the thing we know, that's who we are. So we are attached to our even suffering also. Let's release all these stories and just be in here and now, in the present. I don't want to stuff your mind with informations, and I don't have information also. I'm very simple being, simple person, but live your life, the simple life also, with awareness, because this simple is also divine. Everything is divine. People may be conscious or people may be not conscious, but they are divine, and see divinity in them. They are divine. They may be in dream, not awake. But if I think for you, if you think for others that they are not awakened, they are in their mind, then it is not seeing the whole picture. The divine is already within us. We are divine expressions. We may know it or not know it. So we don't have to think limited view for others. Have compassion, and this compassion is not practiced when we know, when we know all is one, life is one, then compassion arises by its own. We don't have to practice it, force practicing. No. In between, I just forget what to miss. No idea, no plan most of the time what I supposed to talk, or what information I'm giving. It is just, I want to say that the life is one, and you are life, and you are eternal, and the source is ageless, beyond change. You may be of any age, old or you are very young. I'm 40, so I'm in between kind, but the source is ageless. I don't feel age because if I am operating from source, from being, then I will not feel body. I will not feel age. I will not feel, oh, I'm changing. I am same. Yes, my expressions, your expressions will be unique, and whatever the whole or the God or the divine or your being want to express, you cannot plan it out also. You cannot fix that I'm gonna do tomorrow this. Yeah, you will fix today, but tomorrow maybe you are a completely new person. You may have new expressions. So we cannot fix things on the source. And this wholeness is operating from the source. This wholeness means this nature, this whole galaxies and this earth moving around the sun and all these things. It is not kind of planned. Okay, you have to move this way, let's plan it out, let's push it. There is nothing, it is happening by its own. Everything is in harmony. So the harmony is important. And when we are open, when we are not in mind, means not holding our image, not holding, not tightening ourselves, getting free, releasing our being from this prison of this, like loading our head, this prison of mental image identification, opening, then the harmony has to come, the wholeness has to come. You become whole, whole become you. The body is operated by God, by whole itself. The whole is operating your body because you are no more. Sounds scary for the mind, but for your being it is beautiful. You are no more as a mind, self, and the real you is now. So that's beautiful, Miss. You become whole. You become whole, not this body. You jump from this body to become whole. Where this body gone, this body is part of whole. So you are becoming big, not a egoistic big, okay, somebody more big. You becoming whole, you becoming everything. You become whole and whole become you. Whole become even your body. So that's why we feel something for Jesus, for something for Buddha, something. If you watch Krishna, or cannot watch them, but even their stories, and we feel for them that they are something more than this limited body, the limited self. They are whole. The whole is operating through their body. We can say whole, or we can say the source. The source is one, the soul is one. The nobody and everybody is one. When we become nobody, we become everybody, everything, whole. So don't just be remain at somebody, something, a limited thing. Become nothing and become everything. Become everything. For that, you have to be nothing. If you lose yourself, you become everything. So lose this little self and become everything. You become whole, whole become you. There is no duality. We are one, one consciousness and wholeness. Yes.